Hello there, and welcome to the second episode of this awesome battle in the demo of Task Force Admiral, a game about carrier combat in the Pacific in World War II. Let me recap for you what happened in the first battle. A Japanese scout plane has found my fleet and radioed its position to the enemy before my planes could shoot it down. A little bit earlier than that, one of my scouts has found the enemy fleet, and we have sent a strike force from the carrier Lexington to fly over there and wreck them. However, the enemy fleet was not idle. They sent a massive strike towards my carriers. The Japanese have demonstrated their mastery of carrier combat. Even though my scouts found their fleet first, they managed to spot and launch their aircraft much faster than we were able to. And so both strikes arrived at nearly the same time. The carrier Lexington suffered damage from an aircraft crashing into its superstructure, and then disappeared behind a curtain of water as the enemy dive bombers dropped their payload all around it, and some of it on the deck itself. The damage control teams have to extinguish the flames and patch up the holes before Lexington's strike force returns home. Yorktown, on the other hand, just narrowly and miraculously escaped damage as the Japanese bombers dropped their payload in the water just next to her. Had the enemy pilots aimed a little bit better, had their approach not been disrupted by our fighters and the concentrated anti-aircraft fire, the result could have been a catastrophe. Meanwhile, my own strike force had managed to hit one of the enemy carriers with a few bombs. It too was on fire. The outcome of this battle might now very well rest on the shoulders of the damage control teams on Lexington and on a Japanese carrier. The side that can extinguish the flames and patch up the holes first, and then send another strike at the enemy, has a very good chance of winning this battle. But there is something else that might prove to be decisive. As the Japanese bombers are returning to their fleet, they are being chased down by my fighters. We have to shoot down as many of these aircraft as we can, to ensure that the enemy can't send them against our fleet once more. Already, our fleet is in grave danger, as another strike force from the second enemy aircraft carrier is currently on its way to it. And this is where we will resume the coverage of this awesome battle. Grab yourself some popcorn, sit back, and enjoy the show. I like the Wildcats, it's a nice looking plane. How close is the formation? They are coming into radar range now. Soon. How many... Yorktown, what are you currently doing? Recovery or scramble? Maybe damaged scramble aircraft are coming back to the carrier. Let's have a look at the carrier. What if I hit scramble again? Will you send up the remaining fighters on board? There are only 2 fighters remaining on board, so they have replaced... Oh no, never mind. There they are. We do have more fighters on board. Do I have time for a scramble? Not really, no. I could try. But hitting scramble again does nothing. So only 1 scramble flight per aircraft carrier. Okay, got it. So I guess I can only hope that these guys keep killing these enemies fast enough that they can then turn their attention to the second attack wave. Hit him. Not the best approach, buddy. Not the best approach. But there goes another aircraft down in flames in the distance. We are hurting them. We are certainly hurting them. What's happening here at Lexington? The damage you sustained, is that being repaired? Not yet. Everything that has been disabled is still disabled. At least the main fire control is still up. That's important.
Enemy bomber shot down.
Anti-aircraft stations are also all still available. Which is a miracle. A miracle that this battery up here has not been eliminated. Or this one in between the funnel and the bridge. The funnel itself is not taking a hit. Still, I wouldn't have wanted to be close to those explosions. Those were quite massive. Let's take another look at Scramble Flight. How are you doing? Diving in. They are persistent. Got some good hits in. They are determined to harass the enemy. To finish them off. Very determined. Oh, there's another formation of enemy aircraft just in front of this plane. Right there. Oh, we do have some more to chew through here. But they are currently unescorted. And we are just trying to make sure that none of them return home. How's the situation looking? Enemy strikes have entered the radar range. Another 40 plus aircraft. And nothing to stop them before they can line up for a strike. My airplanes are busy taking apart the remains of the first enemy strike. Meanwhile, my strike is coming back home. They're on their way home. Maybe some of those escorts will join in on the fun. That's possible. That's really possible. But this worries me. They are gonna find us soon. Currently, they're heading to a point here. Because I've turned the fleet around. But they will be close enough to see my fleet and to head in its direction. We are not getting away from them. Unfortunately, we aren't. Well, in the meantime, let's enjoy some more air combat. This Wildcat. He has seen some shit. Oh, look at them line up. Taking a target, and there we go. This one has taken many hits. Many hits. But it's still flying. There goes another one. Oh, look at this. There he goes. Shot him down. Trying to line up on another one, but not a good approach. Better to wake off and reset. Well, a few more holds added to the aircraft. That's fine. What about you? I think you too just attacked the target. And you? I'm not sure what you're doing, to be honest. Section 4. How are your fortunes? No idea. We need to take a look at Lexington. Still no anti-aircraft fire, the enemies are still too far away. Oh, that's still a lot of enemies, look at that. But yeah, I doubt you'll have enough ammunition to shoot them all down. Are you lining up again? Yeah, you're heading towards them. They're in front of you there. He's heading in, getting closer. Both of them. Pitching up a little bit, okay. To be able to dive down on them faster. Dear developers, please teach these guys how to do the attacks from below. When aircraft have rear gunners, that's usually the best approach. When they have upward facing rear gunners, I should say. What a nice picture. Please shoot down another one. He's about to dive in. Here he goes. You know what, let's change the perspective. Time for some gun camera action. There you go! Wow, awesome! Good job! I still marvel at the fact that a strategy game is able to depict air combat like this. That is just marvelous to me. It really is. Oh boy. One of my Wildcats got shot down by the rear gunners. Should have approached from below, told you. Well, let's go to my fleet. I have a feeling that they're about to become very popular. But not in the sense that they like. Let's see. Yeah, the enemy strike has turned in. They're coming our way. They're still outside of anti-aircraft range. So we can still take some time for this. Ideally, I would get another strike going. But I just don't have the time to get the aircraft from Yorktown in the air. Spotting those aircraft and launching them would take too long. And there's nothing worse than suffering an enemy air attack while your deck is full of aircraft laden with fuel and bombs. That's just a complete recipe for disaster. Boy, oh boy, this is still ongoing. Going in. There you go. Another one down. One remaining in this formation. One single aircraft. If they can get that, then this formation is done. They can join the efforts to fight the other formations. Okay, my fleet is now being attacked. My fleet is now being attacked. Lexington. We'll join you today for this attack here. I don't see any anti-aircraft fire yet, but it is only a matter of time. I think the enemy raid is coming up from behind us. Pretty sure about that. Let's zoom out a bit. Yes, there they come. From that direction back there. Let us actually go to the anti-aircraft deck here on the funnel. I'll have a look from here. Anti-aircraft fire is going up. Enemy torpedo bombers. There they are. 6 of them for now. My guess is that there are more coming from other directions. But those are the 6 that I can see just now. Oh, there are more. Oh, yeah, there are more. There most definitely are more. As I said, these Japanese torpedo bombers are scary. Really, really scary. They will soon turn in towards their target. Torpedo run. Yorktown's anti-aircraft fire is coming up to meet them. I think they're gunning for the Lexington. But they might hit Yorktown on the way. This is bad. Yorktown, give him hell. Yeah, they are gunning for the Lexington. We are turning hard. 50 cal fire is opening up on them.
Enemy aircraft hit. He's going down. Enemy bomber down in flames. Enemy aircraft hit. He's going down.
Some of them are crashing.
Enemy bomber down in flames.
Yorktown, how are you doing? You seem to be... No, that's not burning on the ship. That is a crashed bomber next to it. More torpedo bombers heading in. Passing over the destroyer there. They're attacking Lexington.
Enemy bomber shot down.
Oh boy.
Bomber shot down. Enemy bomber shot down.
Multiple torpedo bombers are being shot down, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Bomber down in flames.
That's so many torpedoes dropped at close range.
Enemy bomber shot down.
They're losing a lot of bombers though.
He's going down.
50 cal fire is devastating. Where are the torpedoes? Can we evade them? Lexington is certainly doing her best, turning very hard to starboard. Maybe we are lucky, maybe we managed to avoid them. However, there's still the question of the enemy dive bombers. Yorktown seems to be fine. Are those enemy bombers going in or going out? I'm not sure. I think we might have avoided the torpedo strike. Well, that's really just part of the fun. Next up, the dive bomber attack. I'm still not sure if these bombers have just dropped more torpedoes. They might have. Carriers keep circling around, violently maneuvering. There they come. Anti-aircraft fire is going up. That means I can't see them yet, but they must be there. Or maybe it's just a single torpedo bomber getting out of here. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just Zeros mixing it up with my own fighters. That might also be the case. Yeah, sure, the enemy strike is certainly escorted. Well, we leave them to it for now. Looks like we survived this strike without any damage. Let's verify this by going to good old Yorktown. Doesn't look damaged at all. No damage.
Resume base course. Resuming base course. Aye, aye, sir. Captain to all hands. Hold on to something. We're commencing evasive action. Engines, all ahead flank. All ahead flank. Aye, aye, sir.
Engines head flank. That must mean the dive bombers are coming in. That must mean that those pesky dive bombers are coming in. Where are they though? Don't see anything yet. Anti-aircraft guns are trained towards the sky. Yeah, we're throwing up fire. There they are. That's them. But that's not enough of them. Maybe those are just zeros. It's possible. That's them. Found them. Oh. That's a lot. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, that's a lot of dive bombers. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, they're diving. Oh. And they seem to all be going for Yorktown here. Give him hell, boys. Give him hell. They're dropping their bombs. Oh no. Oh boy. That was close. Oh, this is too close. Oh boy. Lexington has been hit again. Lexington has received another hit. Slaughter them, boys. Lexington is burning. Lexington is on a lot of fire. Let's head over and see what's happened. Lexington took a few hits amidships. Yeah, looks like it took a few brutal hits amidships. Still comes from flag plot, etc. Elevator 0 has been destroyed. The hangar below disabled for now. Hangar in the rear still damaged. The internal systems are still okay. That's important. That's good. Heavy fire. Bridge damaged. Just got repaired a little bit. Now it's damaged again. So we have lost the forward elevator. Not ideal, but it's not a knockout blow. Lexington will be able to continue fighting. They will. Pumps are still okay. Everything's more or less okay. Oh boy. Yorktown, what are you currently doing with your scramble flight? Fighting, that's what you're doing. Fighting another formation of enemy aircraft. Probably that ones that just bombed us. Let's have a look around. Do I see my own fleet? That's a lot of bombers. I do not see my... Oh, there's... No, that's a plane. I do not see my own fleet. Where are you? Where are you and what are you doing there? You are halfway to my fleet. Engaging another formation of enemy aircraft. Maybe another strike that is coming towards me that is being taken apart right now. That would actually be wonderful. Okay, the air attack doesn't seem to be completely over. There seems to be something else incoming. Those look like zeros to me. Zeros overhead, that's lovely. But you know what? Yorktown currently is not busy, so it is time to get a strike going. Retaliation. I can't send too many aircraft, but it will be enough. I mean escorts, I can't send too many escorts. I just hope it's enough to punch through the remaining enemy fighters. Targets for the strike is going to be the enemy fleet. 14 minutes ago. Where will they be? Now let's pick them, I think. Now let's do it manually to... No. To this position. Normal departure.
Vector 260, 5 miles.
What do I want? These are 2 deck loads worth of fighters. So we are gonna do deferred departure. Now it's only 1 deck load. How does that work? Never mind. I'm taking it.
Enemy bomber shot down!
Green light to strike. Yorktown, start preparing. It's time to get some payback for Lexington. Lexington is still burning. I hope they manage to extinguish this fire soon so that we can start recovering our returning strike. I need those aircraft back on deck, refueled, rearmed and launched again as soon as possible. And for that I need this fire to be extinguished. Yorktown has now started to prepare the flight deck. It will take some time, but pretty soon we will have another strike heading towards the enemy. Probably in about, I'd say in about 40 to 45 minutes. And by then we should have a strike returning. Good. The fire is getting smaller. So they are working on it. They're extinguishing it. That's good. And my aircraft keep ripping them apart. It's incredible what they're doing to these guys. But that's one of mine going down, I believe. Pretty certain that's one of my guys going down. There's still a lot of enemies everywhere. Engaging targets. Go get him. Oh, that's an optimistic approach, buddy. Especially if... Oh, wow, you got off a deflection shot. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not crash. Scramble flight will apparently just keep harassing the enemy formations. Just keep taking them out one by one. Yeah, that approach was optimistic. Taking a lot of fire here, be careful. Where are you engaging? I have no idea. are you being engaged? No, that's one of your wingmen. There are some aircraft down there, and down there. I think he's going for them. My fighters are really out for blood today. This approach... Your aircraft must be damaged because this was awful. Or you want to do a side attack. Then it's fine. Or you just screwed up your approach. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Evading. Do you have an enemy? Yeah, there's an enemy on your tail. Enemy 0 on your tail. That's why he did not shoot at the bombers. He's probably trying to set up to help his buddy here. The enemy 0s are persistent. You can't just shake them off without help. Not in a Wildcat. Okay, I see Wildcats diving after the 0. I have a feeling the 0 is soon gonna break off. He's being shot at right now. Hold on for a little longer. The 0 is about to have a bad time. Being shot at. Breaking off. Trying to re-engage. Still being shot at. And now well out of range to shoot at you. Well, that maneuver was not smart right now. Although, you might be setting up the 0. Dragging him up like that. Nice trick. Yeah, the 0 broke off. Get that guy. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 Wildcats against 1, 0. You should be able to get him. You absolutely should. I don't see where the 0 went. Yeah, I don't have any idea where the 0 went. No clue. Doesn't matter. Let's see how Yorktown is doing with the preparations for the strike. Yeah, progressing. Bringing up aircraft. Lexington, sadly, still on fire. They're taking their time. Get the fire out. Put some planks or something on those holes. And then let's recover the strike that is coming home. My guess is that my strike is not being taken apart like that. In fact, looks like the strike's escorts are actually fighting with some 0s. So maybe my strike is still under attack. Looks like it. There are... that's... I guess that's a formation of my planes? Or are those enemies? The Wildcat seems to be diving towards them, so I guess those are enemies. Let's watch. Yeah, those are enemies. He's going to dive in and get him. Get him. Good hits. Forced him to go evasive. Once again, how can a strategy game have such a good depiction of air combat? I don't get it. Never before have I seen a strategy game do such a good depiction of air combat. Go on, shoot him. Oh, come on. Breaking off. Cuckoo. Oh man, he looks goofy. Oh, this is the first time that I've taken a look at this. Oh, excuse me. That has just surprised me. Ooh. Oh yeah. I can't do this. Okay. Looks like we're still taking them apart. I bet if I take a quick look at the map that the air picture is looking extremely messed up. Ah, who can make sense of this? Nobody. Nobody can make sense of this. But my guys are fighting, they are engaging the enemies. They keep hammering them. Look at this, there's one lonely aircraft. Okay, maybe two lonely, oh maybe a few lonely aircraft. Yeah, a few of them, okay. Never mind. But they are being taken out one by one. The enemy escorts seem to be overwhelmed with the amount of fighters going for them. And it looks to me as if the escorts that accompanied my strike have joined in on the fun as well and have taken out a few of these enemy planes. Which is very awesome to see. Okay, these ones are returning to the fleet now. We can see Lexington burning in the distance, still. This guy is fighting a Zero. Seems to have been separated from his flight, okay. Interesting.
Enemy aircraft hit. Keep going now.
Yeah, there's another aircraft going down in flames down there. With a Wildcat here diving after a Zero. Which is just an awesome sight. The Wildcat should be a bit faster in a dive, I think. Yeah, I think he is actually catching up to the Zero. Opening up. Getting hits in. Forcing the Zero to break off. Good job, good job. Keep on him. Stay on him. The Zero is a maneuverable little bastard, but please stay on him. Oh, you made a mistake now. Maybe you lost sight of him. But now the Zero can get on your 6 if you're not careful. Or it's going to once again attempt to dive on these guys down there. Yeah, it looks like that's what he's doing. Go and help them. Oh, you seem to be getting out of this fight. At least for now. I lost many of my fighters actually. I think I did. But the enemy has lost even more. Look at this. 4 Wildcats going in on these 2 bombers. They're done. If these guys don't mess up their approach now. Okay, he got out of the way just in time. So he remains alive a little bit longer. But he's gonna be shot down on the next pass. And that's another enemy formation dead. What's going on here? Okay, you are part of the struggle here. You are... not sure what you are. Might also be a part of it. These guys have found themselves a fast little aircraft. Just there, inside the propeller now. That might be a Zero trying to get away. It seems to me as if it's a little bit too fast for a bomber. Every plane we shoot down now won't be able to bother us later. So good job, guys. Good job. Keep going. Yeah, he's diving in on this guy. That must be a Zero. That is a Zero. Yeah, I believe it's a Zero. That is most definitely a Zero. Machine guns opening up and hitting. Zero is just trying to extend, trying to get away. This gun camera perspective is quite nice. Yeah, Zero is really just trying to escape, but he is realizing that he can't do it. More Wildcats are moving in on him. Don't know where that Zero went. Maybe they did shoot it down, actually. Otherwise they wouldn't be turning like this. I guess the Zero went down. Yeah, all of these guys are just turning around. Probably flying back to the fleet now. Yeah, a splash down there in the water. The Zero went down. Good job, guys. Good job. Bassett is still engaging somebody. I don't know who he is engaging. Oh, there's a plane. A lone bomber? Looks like a bomber. I think it's a lone bomber. Yeah, it certainly is. Bomber is trying to maneuver. But he's just delaying what is going to happen here. Well, we managed actually to get out of the way. Nicely done. Oh, looks like this is another big enemy formation. Probably belonging to the second strike. Trying to return home now. Running into all my fighters that are still up. Shot him down. Trying to go after another one. Being forced away by the rear gunner by taking too many hits. Still another formation that is being chewed up. The enemy is losing a lot of planes. They certainly are. Many of the planes they sent towards me are not making it home. Let's take a look at Yorktown. Still spotting for the next strike. Lexington, unfortunately, still on fire. Guys, please, I need that fire extinguished. Oh, come on, Lexington. There we go. Comms room has been destroyed, bridge damaged. Things are getting repaired. Nice, that's nice to see. The elevator is destroyed, that's not gonna get repaired. The fire should soon be out. It's no longer even listed here. So I think the fire will soon be extinguished, which is great. Oh, come on. Will you? There you go. Lexington. Spotting is in progress? No, I don't think so. Yorktown. Okay, Yorktown is still spotting all these aircraft. My scramble flight that is somewhere in the air is still hammering away at the enemies. Killing as many of them as possible. Taking risk in doing so. But many of those enemy aircraft sent out to get us are not returning home. They won't be available for a second strike. And that's great. I wonder though, how many zeros does the enemy still have? How many zeros can they still send against me? Oh, you're still engaging with single bomber, are you? Dude, get rid of him. Well, the enemy aircraft are they're really doing their best to stay out of trouble, to somehow evade our guns. But they are being picked up on them. They are, however, really pulling out all the stops here. Okay. Get in there and shoot somebody. That guy, please. He's going down. Nice one. That's another one down. Nice air combat. A strategy game does a good and very enjoyable representation of air combat. With massive flight sizes. True to life flight sizes. Then you have modern flight sims that can't do it. Get him! Nope. Breaking off for now. Oh, this Wildcat just took a hit. I hope it's not going down. No. It's not. Might have to return to the carrier though. This is just enjoyable to watch. In a sense relaxing. But also just awesome to see the spectacle of this. Oh look, there goes something else down flames. There's another big formation of enemy planes, I think. There's still many flying about. Let's see if we can have a look at that formation. That must be this one. Lost another one. Oh yeah, big number of enemy dive bombers. Big number of enemy dive bombers. Good. How's Lexington looking? Still burning, but the fire doesn't seem to be Doesn't seem to be in the way of aircraft landing. Well, that's a scary sight for somebody attempting to land. But it's somehow working. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll jump ahead until Yorktown strike is airborne. They're still preparing that. And then we'll see where we stand.
Enemy bomber down in place. Last one bomber.
It is now 9:43 and as you can see the strike package from Yorktown is just taking off. I want to ensure that we get these enemy carriers today and I'm prepared to take drastic measures to achieve that. So, the enemy air arm has been severely weakened. I think that most of their strike aircraft are not surviving the attack on my fleet. Many have been shot down. Those that make it back to their own carriers will not be very numerous. So I'm prepared to take a little risk here. I am going to weaken my own anti-air defense by splitting up my task force. I will take task group 17.2 and I'm gonna split them off. This is my cruiser force together with a few destroyers. I'm gonna split them off and I'm gonna send them after the enemy fleet. So even if my airstrikes don't get the carriers, I hope that my cruisers will. Let's send them over and I'll send them over here, I think. Let's add the waypoints. Have them head there 29 knots. They will be there in just a few hours. They will now leave the formation. We can take a look at that. Here, the Minneapolis, for example. They are now going to leave the formation. They're going to start their turns. And they're gonna leave the aircraft carriers behind and head for the enemy fleet. The aircraft carriers are staying behind with an escort of 4 destroyers, so that they are not completely on their own. Oh, this is a pretty camo scheme on the Russell. This is really nice looking. I like this one. The other ones, yeah, this one has a similar one. Not the same one, a similar one. They actually have historic camo schemes, don't they? This is very nice. Anderson. Morris doesn't have a camo scheme. It's just a flat grey. Very nice. Good, what else is currently happening? Well, my fighters are still chasing and engaging enemy planes, hounding them on their way back home. You guys are looking for more kills. That's very nice to see. We might get a few more enemy planes before they can get home to their carriers. My scramble aircraft are getting pretty close to the enemy fleet though. We even have eyes on. Even on some of the cruisers. Looks like the enemy fleet has split up a little bit. That might be in our favor. We'll see. We'll see about that. Yorktown will soon have finished launching aircraft. Maybe I'll just send a few aircraft after, for example, these 2 lone destroyers. A few bombs should be enough to sink those guys. If they split up their fleet, it might create such opportunities. It might. Good for now. as my fighters are closing in with more enemy bombers returning home. We are gonna take a little break and we'll resume the video once something very interesting happens. So once my strike is at the enemy fleet. The strike should by now have almost completely lifted off. Let's have a look. Oh well, not almost. About half the aircraft are already in the air. The rest are going in there. Bassett has... oh, look at this. Oh, there are still a lot of enemies. These must be from the second wave. I believe so. Let us look at this side. This is nice. Lining up. Ooh. Oh damn, the pilot. Oh, this... he's just so goofy looking. Oh, that's funny. He's funny. Go get him. Nice! One down. Very nice. Trying to line up another one. But the fire from the rear guns is forcing us off. Look at him. Okay, never mind. Yeah, these guys are gonna continue to tear up some enemies, and as I said, we are going to resume the video once something important happens. It is now almost 11 o'clock. My strike package has found the enemy fleet. We can see a ship over there in the distance, that's a carrier. And the torpedo bombers are currently diving towards that ship, ready to strike. I think the torpedo bombers will arrive first, then they will be followed up by all the dive bombers. So this enemy fleet is about to have a very bad day now. An even worse day, I should say. My dive bombers are somewhere up above and behind us. There they are. The torpedo bombers are picking up a lot of speed now because they are diving. But yeah, let's actually take a look at the proceedings from... oh, come on. This perspective here. Didn't quite get it. There we go. Better. From inside the cockpit. Hello. There's the carrier that we are going for. There it is. Now, so far, I don't see any enemy escorts. Not sure if the carrier is gonna launch any. Not sure if they have any left. They too have suffered casualties. Of that I'm sure. Okay. We are now almost down at sea level. We are soon... yeah, we are now starting to receive anti-aircraft fire. Looks like we are about to turn in. Hold on to something. This is gonna get wild. There she is. We are lining up. Anti-aircraft fire is splashing into the water and bursting in the sky around us. But we now have the enemy carrier in front of us and we are heading for it. Adjusting. Making sure that we are aimed for that thing. Torpedoes are soon going to be released. Yeah, torpedoes are being released. Torpedoes out. Jeez, this is wild. Anti-aircraft fire. More torpedoes are being released. Let's get out of here. And we will now head to the enemy carrier and see if any of these torpedoes will be... wait a moment. It's stationary. This carrier is stationary. It has been damaged in the first attack and the propulsion must be out. Oh, they won't be able to evade those torpedoes. We are about to see a bunch of torpedo hits, I guess. But first, the dive bombers. Diving in. Right now. You can hear them coming. Getting louder. Let's see how many hits this thing takes. I hope some at least. Oh yeah. A rain of bombs descended on this carrier. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. This was a huge punch. Not sure how many bombs hit, but it was a lot. And now I see the torpedoes coming in. Look here. Here are the torpedo trails. Right there. They are gonna strike. A lot of them are gonna strike. Some might be duds. Many will not be. Hit. 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 More torpedoes from the other side. More torpedoes coming in from the other side. And more from this side as well. Any moment. Hits. Both sides. More hits. More hits. Oh my god. It's going down. It's going down. The carrier is going down. She has been sunk. Oh my god. Oh, what a beautiful strike. Yeah, well, if you can't move, you are a sitting duck. And the pride of the Japanese Grand Fleet goes down just like that. Down in seconds. Not even minutes. Seconds. The torpedoes hitting from both sides, they ripped her completely open. So that's one enemy carrier down. One more to go. But what a success. This is huge. One carrier has been sunk. No more aircraft will be recovered by this thing or launched by this thing. Well, my guess is that, well, this carrier had been damaged already. My guess is that the other enemy carrier surely has some aircraft left. This one, however, this one's done. Look at the oil slick. This is looking really, really nice. What a beautiful strike on target. Beautiful. Complete destruction of the enemy. Annihilation, I would even say. And that's goodbye, carrier. Great. Really, really great. Do I see any other Japanese ships? I don't right now. They are not nearby. Let's take a quick look at my formation. I don't think we suffered any losses. And we are heading out. Let's see if the escorts have found anything to fight. Or if they're heading out with the bombers. No, looks like they're heading out with the bombers. Down there we can see the oil slick of the sunk area. Really awesome. Where are more enemy ships? Back there somewhere? Or is that the sunk one? No, over there we have more enemy ships. That way. Well, well, well. What a beautiful strike. Lexington, by the way, seems to have finished recovering aircraft. So it is now time to get Lexington strike airborne once again. Let's have a quick look at something first though. At Lexington missions. Okay, the naval strike is still debriefing. I'm curious to see that mission log. But let's already plan the next strike from Lexington. Lexington, you're gonna send another massive strike wave at the enemy. 2 ships, 2 DDs. Gonna send it at these guys. Pick a target. This one. And let's bring in as many bombers as we can. I didn't see any fighters going up right now. Maybe the enemy is out of fighters. Not sure. I'll provide a small escort, but I'll keep this strike at 1 deck load only. That's quite a lot of aircraft for 1 deck load. You know what? 15 escorts should be more than enough to accompany all these. 2 DDs. Yeah, this is fine. Let us greenlight this strike. What if I do deferred departure? Still 1 deck load. Yeah, let's have the strike leave all together. Or should I have them? Yeah, that's fine. Green light this strike right now. Lexington is now going to start preparing this strike. My guess is that the debriefing of the earlier strike will finish just about now. So let's take another quick look here. No, it's still ongoing. They're still compiling the reports. That's fine. Let us accelerate time just a little bit and see what this brings us. If the report is going to be compiled soon, I really want to take a look at that. Come on. Still debriefing. No, there we have it. Okay. Let's take a look at this report. Mission log. 2 deck loads. Total distance 255 nautical miles. Distance to target 130 nautical miles. These are my aircraft, and we can see that I lost 5 dive bombers from this squadron. They are missing in action. We lost 1 Wildcat, and we lost 3 more dive bombers from this squadron, missing in action. Most likely never to return. Action report. We encountered 30 enemy Zeros, 21 enemy torpedo bombers, and 21 enemy dive bombers. 29 enemy Zeros were shot down, 4 torpedo bombers were shot down, and 2 dive bombers were shot down. Enemy naval losses: 1 carrier was damaged with 7 bombs, and another carrier was damaged with 5 bombs. Now, I'm not quite sure how accurate this is. I don't think I saw the second carrier being damaged. 1 was damaged by the first strike, but the second one I don't think was damaged. So maybe this report is not quite accurate. Maybe that's a feature, that the reports are... that maybe my pilots are exaggerating sometimes a little bit. I want to have a look at something else really quick. I want to see if the Scramble mission has a report ready. It has. Scramble mission. 16 of my fighters took off on that scramble flight. I lost 14 of them. 13 missing in action, 1 confirmed killed in action. 2 more have been damaged and returned to the carrier. Big losses. But if we look at the action report, we see that 5 Zeros were shot down, 21 torpedo bombers were shot down, and 15 dive bombers were shot down. If those numbers are even close to accurate, then the enemy force has lost, certainly lost, a major part of their strike aircraft. Maybe even most of them. That's why I feel comfortable sending out my fleet to hunt down the enemies. Actually, let me bring this waypoint over here. Yeah, they're heading out there. Very good. They're heading out there. Actually, let's make sure that I don't mess up here. Let's have the waypoint be out here. A little bit away from the enemy fleet. Good, okay. Lexington should now currently be preparing the next strike. And indeed she is. Indeed she is. By the way, let's take a look at the damage that the Lexington received. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, will you look at that? The damage has been repaired. The forward elevator is operational again, according to the damage schematics. Even the bridge and everything has been repaired. Okay. I would not have expected that. I would have expected this elevator to remain inoperable because it was listed as destroyed. And I thought that destroyed meant destroyed, so not coming back. Well, they're currently not using it, they're using the other elevator, but it seems to be operable. So that's great. Oh, and by the way, developers. I don't know why, but I get the impression that the aircraft carriers are always using only 1 elevator at a time. Now, if I want to prepare a strike really quick, like here for example, oh, I don't know, I would like to see both elevators in action, bringing up aircraft to the deck to get the strike ready as soon as possible. That would be nice. Good, okay. I will skip ahead a little bit. Oh, look at that. Yorktown is recovering aircraft. She must be recovering the strike that is returning. Or what is this? Who are you? Not sure who you are. You're not part of the strike. Maybe you are one of the search parties that we sent out early in the morning, returning home to the carrier. That's possible. That is possible. Anything on the deck timeline? Nothing. Yeah, that might be the case, that you are one of these search aircraft. Well, you keep doing that. Lexington is gonna prepare the strike and get it airborne. And then we are going to resume this once something important happens.
Captain to all hands. Hold on to something. We're commencing evasive action. Engines, all ahead flank. All ahead flank. Aye, aye, sir.
It is now 11:30 and there is something important happening. My cruiser force is being attacked. Not sure by whom though. That looks like 3 airplanes coming in. Three Japanese airplanes. We are shooting, of course. Who will they be going for? I'm currently on the deck of Minneapolis, the lead cruiser here. My guess is that she's gonna be the target. I think those are dive bombers. This could be bad for her. Yeah. They're coming in. They're screaming towards the cruiser. Oh no. Please don't. Lots of anti-aircraft fire going up there. That one is gonna miss, but these two... We're turning hard. We're in a very hard turn. And I think it was successful. My god, what a hard turn. Wait. Too hard? What the hell happened? Minneapolis just sunk. You can't tell me that those bombs hit her.
Resume base course. Resuming base course. Aye, aye, sir.
Did she capsize? Due to the evasive maneuver. Are you kidding me? I lost a heavy cruiser. What? Those bombs did not hit. She capsized. I'm very sure she actually capsized. She turned so hard that her side cut under and flooded. Well, that's an interesting incident. She basically rolled over. Wow, I'm speechless. Developers, please take note. That was a bit weird. And I lost a cruiser. That's gonna affect my final score. Negatively, of course. Crap. Well... Lexington. Why are you not launching? What's going on here? Deck timeline empty. Cancelled. Developers, please take note. I think what just happened is because my cruiser force was attacked, my carriers assumed that they are under attack too and cancelled the strike. Can't have that. Let's set this up again. No, I don't have the target any longer. Pick a target. I think I'll just pick this position here. And leave them to it. I need to add the planes. This was a very weird experience. Seeing that ship go down like that. How many did I send? I think 15. Do defer departure, please. It's 1 deck load. Go. I'll get this strike airborne, don't you worry. This strike is gonna go airborne. Right, let's skip ahead until something else important happens. But one note before we do that. It's good to see that the enemy sent 3 dive bombers. Is that all they have left? That's not a lot. That was a very, very small strike. I'm fine with that. Now, let's jump ahead. Unfortunately, this is where we will have to end today's episode, and quite an interesting episode it has been. We have seen lots of exciting air combat. We have seen an enemy carrier being hit hard and sink. And we lost 1 heavy cruiser due to weird circumstances. You can look forward to a lot more action in this exciting battle, as our next strike arrives over the enemy fleet and attempts to take out the remaining aircraft carrier. Will this attempt be successful, or will our surface group have to do some heavy lifting? You will find out next time. For now, I want to thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I really do hope that you have enjoyed it, and please let me know in the comments if you did and what you think of it. Also make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss out on any of the future episodes. Once again, thank you very much, and I really do hope to see you again next time. Until then, have some really great days. Goodbye.